Hi everybody, this is this morning's English lesson. So we started looking at the rainbow bear at the beginning of the week, and you made some predictions about what you thought might be happening in this story, who the main character was, what the setting was, why it was called Rainbow Bear. And I've seen some lovely answers. Also the question about what stories it reminded you of. Some people thought of books that I hadn't even thought of. So well done. We had some good answers. So what we're going to do today is we're going to carry on with another shared read, and we're going to find out a little bit more about this story. But first of all, before we do that, I'm just going to share with you a little video about polar bear from Planet Earth. That's going to be a little bit about what the first part of the story we're reading is about. So let me just share this screen with you. Okay, ready?
There will be no easy meals on this island. Walruses are the largest seals in the world. They weigh over a ton and are armed with tusks a meter long. Exhausted from his swim, the bear must regain his strength. The next day, a sea fog shrouds the island. The walruses sense that they're in danger. Using the fog as cover, the bear approaches the herd. The adults close ranks around their young, presenting a wall of blubber and hide. He tests the barrier, but it stands firm. It appears that the world's largest land carnivore has met his match. There must be a chink in the armor somewhere. Not here. This female walrus is shielding her pup. If he can just prise her off. The bear's claws and teeth can't penetrate her thick hide. With the herd retreating to water, the bear must move quickly. Having failed with one, he heads straight for another.
Right, so that is showing you there how our predator polar bear is trying to hunt a walrus, and I don't think he's very successful, even at the end of that video. But a lot of what we're going to read in the Rainbow Bear today is about how the polar bear in the story is hunting his prey. So let's share another screen now. We're going to start to read some of this story together. So here we go. So we've done all this bit of the Rainbow Bear, haven't we, by Michael Morpurgo. So I'm just going to go along to where we need to start today. So here we are. So I'm going to read the story with you. So I am Snow Bear. I am Sea Bear. I am White Bear. I wander far and wide, king in my wild white wilderness. Did you notice there how there is some alliteration which helps this to sound quite effective in the way that the authors used wild, white, wilderness? All of those adjectives begin with the same sound, and that's alliteration, and that has actually given the story quite a good effect. There you are, and there's the bear. The snow has darkened around me again. I have dug my den deep into the mountainside. Here I am, warm. Here I shall dream away the winter. There will be plenty of hopping hares to pounce on, but hares are tricky. Plenty of frisking foxes, but foxes are fast. Plenty of wallowing walruses, but walruses are big. As we've just seen, the polar bear really struggled to get a walrus in that video. Seals are slow, seals are best. I stalk them silently, silently. I am Snow Bear in a world of white, and they cannot see me coming. But one sound and a seal slips away into the sea. A seal in the sea is slippery quick. Narwhals and beluga whales are strong, too strong. Fish flash by like silver light and are gone before they were ever there. Here all about me is whooping and whistling of whales. Here is groaning and grinding of ice. Here I am Snow Bear no more. I am green and blue and indigo and turquoise. Here I am Sea Bear. I clamber out of the sea. I shake myself dry in the sun. I am Snow Bear again. I look about me. Rainbow, rainbow over my wild white wilderness. Beautiful and bright he was, more wonderful than anything I had ever seen before. I knew at once I had to catch Rainbow and make him mine. So I went after him. I went hunting Rainbow. I leapt from ice floe to ice floe. I galloped through the snow. Ever closer, ever closer. I stalked him silently, silently. And there at last was Rainbow, just one leap away. I pounced, but I pounced on snow, on white, white snow. Rainbow was gone, vanished with the wind. I lay in wait for him, for days, for nights, but he never came back. So I went looking for him. I roamed my wild white wilderness. I would hunt nothing but Rainbow. So that's that first part of that story. So our first activity today is to read back through that story so far and to look for some different types of vocabulary, because that part of the book was full of so many lovely, lovely words that we can use for our next bit of writing, because what we're going to do is to do some riddles and poems. And so to make that really effective, we want to have lots of these different types of words. So in this reading, again, we're going to go back and we're going to look for adjectives. And we know that adjectives are describing words. They help to put a picture into the reader's mind by describing everything in the story. We've got verbs, and we know we've been doing lots of work on verbs, not just within our non-chronological report that we did, but also within our phonics. We've done lots of words, haven't we, about verbs and putting them into the past tense. So a verb is a doing word. Then we're also going to have a look at adverbs. There are a lot of really nice adverbs in there that we can use, like he was hunting his prey silently, because we know he has to be really, really quiet so that the seals don't know that he's there. So we're going to look for adverbs. That is the word that describes how the verb is being done. So I've put an example there. The girl danced, and then gracefully tells you how she danced. Then also technical vocabulary. So what words in there are related to our Arctic topic? I know I saw the word ice floe in there. So any words that we see like that, then we can write down. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them into this table so that when we come, just like we did with our report writing, we can use these words in our riddles and poems. So if we just go back, I'll do the first couple of pages with you, and then I want you to read back those 6 pages to yourself and see what other types of words you can find. List them down in this table, and then I'd like you to show me. So let's go back to the start of the story. Here we are. Right, so I am Snow Bear. I am sea bear. I am white bear. I wander far and wide, king in my wild, white wilderness. So in there already, we can see we've got some adjectives describing that wilderness, haven't we? We've got wild and we've got white, okay? So we can write those down into our adjective bit, couldn't we? We've also got a verb in there. We've got that he wandered. So it doesn't just write that he walked or he went. It's got a much more interesting verb than that. We've got wander, which means to sort of stroll around, doesn't it? Just looking and not really going anywhere. You're just wandering and exploring. So let's go on to the next one. So the snow has darkened around me again. I have dug my den deep into the mountainside. So we've got deep there as an adjective, haven't we? The snow has darkened. So actually you could say that's a verb, isn't it? Because it's something that the snow has done. It has got darker. I have dug my den. He's dug his den. So we've got another verb there, haven't we? There will be plenty of hopping hares to pounce on. Okay, so there we've got an adjective and we've got a verb, haven't we? Hopping is a verb, something that's happening right now because it has the ing suffix on the end of it. But in this sentence, the way that it has been ordered means that hopping is actually being used as an adjective as well. So there will be plenty of hopping hares to pounce on. So hopping can be a verb, but it's also an adjective in this case. And then also you've got the word pounce. Now pounce means when you've got your polar bear and he's waiting and stalking, and the pounce is when he suddenly jumps onto his prey to trick them out and to catch them. But hares are tricky. So there you've got an adjective that's describing the hares. They're a little bit tricky to catch. Plenty of frisking foxes. Frisking means they're playing about and they can move quite fast. So, and it says that there as well, but foxes are fast. So there you've got frisking, which is being a verb and an adjective. And then it's also saying that foxes are fast, which is telling you about how they move, and it's being used as an adjective. Plenty of wallowing walruses, but walruses are big. I wonder if you can find out what the word wallowing means. I think wallowing is when they're in the water, so they're in something. When you're wallowing, you're just lazing about and walking really slow. And yeah, I think they are a bit big and lazy. But walruses are big. So you've got another adjective there as well. Seals are slow. Seals are best. I stalk them silently. So we've got lots of different words there as well, haven't we? We've got slow, describing the seals and how they move. We've also got that the polar bear stalks them, which we know means they're walking very carefully and slowly so that they're not seen. And it says there that they're doing it silently as well, which means making absolutely no noise at all. So in there, you can put stalk into your verb column. And then you've also got silently, which you can write into your adverb column. So see if you can go through those 6 pages and see if you can find as many different types of words as you can. And if you don't know what they mean, then please ask a grown-up or check with a dictionary or check on Google, because if you know the meaning of those words, then you're more likely to use those in your writing. And I would really like to see some of this lovely vocabulary when we get to the writing stage. So let's go on to, once you've done that, I've got another activity for you. Okay, so here you've got some retrieval questions, which means you've got to go back to the text and see if you can answer these questions by using the information that's in the text. So it says walruses are, okay, and then the first one is done for you. If you go back through the text, it tells you that walruses are big. If we didn't know that, then what I would do is go back to the text, and my keyword is, this information is about walruses. So my keyword that I'm going to look for to find out the answer to this is walruses. So if I go back in here, I think it said something about walruses on here. So here we go, plenty of wallowing walruses, but walruses are big. So it gives me the answer to the question there. So you could do the same with the next question. So it says, hares are what? So if you're not quite sure, go back into the text, look for the word hares, and it should tell you the answer. Now it says that something was strong. So I wonder if you, here, your keyword is going to be strong. See if you can retrieve the answer from the text by finding the keyword strong. Okay, then you've got seals are something. So again, the keyword here is going to be seals. If you want to find out what seals are, then we've got to find the word seals and read that sentence again to see if we can retrieve the answer. So that's the first part of the questions. And then here, look, you've got to use your inference skills this time. That means that you're going to look at the facts that are there in the text and then say what you think you know because of it. So you're using it as a clue. So what do you think the polar bear is trying to do? So think very carefully, first of all, about what it says. It says that he stalks. He's stalking silently. He pounced on an animal. So from that, those clues are what are written in there, but it doesn't actually tell you exactly what the polar bear is doing. So what I want you to do there is say what you think the polar bear is doing because of what it says in the text. So make sure you use that word because in that sentence for me so that I can see that you're using your inference skills. You're using the information in the text to say what you think is happening. Then also here, why is the polar bear green, blue, indigo, and turquoise? A lot of the time in the story, he was saying, I am snow bear, I am white bear. But why did he then describe himself as the green, blue, indigo, and turquoise bear? So look back into the text, okay, and just see what clues there are. Write down again what you think he means by the fact that he's green, blue, indigo, and turquoise. But then don't forget the most important thing is to write why. What clue is there in the text that tells you that's why he is green, blue, indigo, and turquoise? Okay, I look forward to seeing all your hard work on the dojo, and I hope that you enjoy the story. So I'm going to just come off here a second, sharing my screen. Right, take care then, everybody. I look forward to seeing your work. Bye-bye.